Hey everybody, it's Carla. Welcome to the Happy Bookmaker. I hope you're all doing great. It is a gorgeous spring-like day here in Colorado. It's gonna get up to 71 degrees. So that's like early summer. So, but then it's gonna cool down in a few days. That happens here. It could be 80 one day and 30 the next. You just don't know. But it's gorgeous and we're gonna enjoy it. So, the previous video to this was, well, actually two previous videos to this was creating, building this graduation memory book. So, and then I did the little pocket book, little simple and easy pocket book in between because I just wasn't prepared to finish this. But I only had about, at this point, 19 views on the video where I built this album. And so it seemed like maybe there wasn't a lot of interest in it because the second video was going to be about decorating it. So instead, I have decorated it myself and gone ahead and done that part. And then I'm just going to go through it and show it to you because, like I said, there wasn't a lot of interest. So I suppose if you don't know anyone who's graduating, it's not very interesting or something like that. So I'm going to go through it and I am going to tell you how I did some of the things as far as like, you know, constructing the holes for the binder rings and that sort of thing. So if you remember, these are the prototypes, if you want to call it that. These are in my Etsy shop, and these are the basic design of this new album. And I will link that video if you want to see how we constructed these, if you haven't seen that, because it's a pretty fun project and very simple. So I have these two, and they're very graduation-y, a lot of graduation actual sheets in these books. Now in the new one, it's more of a, I'm going to call it like a butterfly and floral theme. So it is graduation, but it's not like, you know, everything doesn't scream graduation in this book. So it might be for someone maybe that likes flowers and butterflies, you know. And whereas in the other one, I did some natural elements like raffia. And I might have done some craft string too. I can't recall right now. But in this one, it's pretty much black, white, and gold, and grays. So I've kind of followed through with that theme. Now, if you watched that video where I created this, I did mention I was going to use gold letters for the title. And so the reason it says just 2 here is because, you know, whoever, you know, hopefully buys this from my Etsy shop will be able to tell me what year. And, you know, if it's this year, it'll be 24. And also in this spot will be where I will put in the graduate's name. So I'll just do that on the computer in matching font, and then, you know, stick that down. So that's how that's going to go. But we've got, you know, pretty much the same thing. We've got our little graduate paper doll with the scroll. We've got some little gold touches on here. But I decided not to do the gold because I just felt like it was just too much. And I liked rather having more of a black and white theme with the gold touches than screaming gold in your face. So, and kind of like with that tassel kind of, you know, the tassel of the cap kind of thing is how I've done little tags throughout. There are a few of them in here. So also another different thing is that whereas the others had 3 holes and 3 binder rings, and they're a little bit smaller, this one has 2 larger ones. And the reason for that is this book is thicker. And even though it has the same amount of pages, which is 12 inside pages, which makes 24 sides, it is fatter because of certain elements that I used in the book. So it was just a little too snug to use these. These are 1 inch, and I guess these are probably 1.5. I should measure. Let's see. Yeah, it's about, yeah, these are 1.5. They look so much bigger, don't they? And then these are, yeah, these are 1. But I just needed to go a little bit bigger. And I thought, you know, I thought it was maybe overkill to have 3 of these big ones in here. So this time I only have 2. So first let's go over how pretty it looks, because I think it turned out really pretty. And then we'll talk about some of the construction details. Okay, so as we've already gone over the cover. And then in the first layout, we've got, let me get this out of the way. we've got sort of a little page where the graduate can write down some details: name, class of, most likely to, club activities, all kinds of stuff for the graduate to fill out certain memories. And I have a variety of different sort of mats, and like photo mats and journaling mats and things like that. So, and this is what I'm talking about, like with the thicker embellishments. Do you see? You see, these are poofy. They're very poofy and thick. So they added quite a fair amount of thickness to the pages, but I think they're so cool. So happy day. This could definitely be a graduation picture, like maybe of the whole family or something. And then on this page, we've got more of a, like a it would be for like a 4x4 photograph, which would probably come from cropping down. You know, sometimes you want part of a photograph, but not like the whole 4x6, which is kind of a standard size. So it would be for like a 4-inch, and then there would be a little bit of a border around it. And here's another one of our tags, and this tag would serve as sort of like, you know, writing down, you know, like titling the picture or whatever. Now here we've got a vertical or a portrait size mat, and this is a double mat, so it's 4 1/4 on the white part, so your 4x6 would fit in here. And then again, someplace to write down names and that sort of thing. And I've really gone with the butterfly theme in here. So I took this little punch, and just out of like all my little pieces of scrap black and white cardstock, I just punched a whole bunch of these little you know, butterflies and put them here and there. And then this is my my tag punch, which I just love this. I got it on sale one day, and I was like, am I really going to use this? And boy, do I use it. So this was a great investment, and I think it was like, I don't know, maybe under 20 bucks. So really good deal. Okay, and then we'll continue on. So this is actually one piece of paper that I had left from the other books, and I thought, you know, I have to use it because it's graduation, and where else am I going to use graduation paper? So this is actually a belly band. Let's see if I can kind of illustrate. So like this would be a great place for cards or, you know, whatever. Whatever the, you know, the graduate wanted to stick in there. So, and again, we have another 4x6 picture mat, and here's another poofy, some more poofy letters, celebrate. I love that, with a little scroll. And then this is just a pocket. So as I did in the other one, I'm gonna put in a little tab that says pocket, because sometimes it's hard to tell, like if it's just a decoration or if it's actually a pocket. So another place for cards, notes, maybe just little pictures that you don't necessarily want to mat, but you know, you want to stick somewhere. And here's a little page to do a little bit of a journal, a little bit of journaling. And again, we've got our little butterflies. This was so fun to do. It was super fun. And again, we've got a little pocket here to put something. Oh, I got a little spot there. I got to glue that down. So I didn't really do a lot of decoration up here because something hopefully will be stuck in there. We've got another vertical or portrait picture mat and the cap toss. Now here's where we've got a little 4x4. One of these I actually did a little bit smaller because that was the size that I had and I wanted to use it. So it would be something where it would get cut down, but we'll point that out when we get there. And over here we've got a lot of space for journaling and a couple of butterflies, and I've done some little sayings here and there, not necessarily just graduation sayings, but things that are, you know, more inspirational, you know, for a graduate. Adventure awaits. What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us. These would be wallet size mats. So a wallet size picture, according to what I found on the internet, was 2x3. So I made these about 2.5 by 3.5 so that they had a nice little mat. So, you know, we always have some of those little wallets. You know, like when they get their senior pictures done, this would be a great book also for a senior picture or two. So that's another thought. So this is where, this is actually 4x4. Okay, so it's exactly 4x4. So whatever picture goes here, if you want this to show, you know, would need to be cropped down a little bit. It could also be, you know, maybe something wants to be, you know, written on and then just stuck here or something. So this could be used for whatever the user wants to use it for. So I just thought that paper is so pretty in the way it kind of pulled everything together. And we got more poofy letters here. Live and wish. Looking back. Remember. And then we've got another 4x6 picture mat here. We've got another fun little tag. So these tags are mostly attached. Well, they are all attached. Not really journaling tags because I think there's plenty of journaling space in here. But, you know, they're just more of a decoration. And then another pocket. And then, of course, this space can also be used for writing. So nothing's wasted. This is also for a 4x4 picture. And I did just like a little shadow mat here and a little space for writing, titling the picture. Another 4x6 landscape. And I debated, like, you know, how many portraits versus landscape should I do? And, you know, it's hard to know. You just aren't going to know because who knows what, you know, what the pictures are going to end up being like. So there's a nice sort of variety. This could also be used for journaling. You know, there's no rule. There's no laws. This is also another pocket. There's a lot going on this one, I know. And this is where I had punched out a whole bunch of butterflies. And after I was done, I looked at it and I thought, well, that would be a really cute embellishment of some sort. So I'm using it as a border. I did put a little piece of white paper behind it, but I thought that was really cute. And then we've got some little white butterflies here and there. They're kind of hard to see, but we've got that. And then here's a couple more wallet-size picture mats and some journaling lines here. Here we've got another pocket. And then journaling space, and right here as well. Now here we've got a sheet of, this is actually a sheet of stationery paper for just maybe writing, you know, a long memoir of some sort. Or maybe this is where, you know, their friends are signing their name. You know how you have like that page in your yearbook where everybody signs their name, but this is actually like watermarked, nice stationery paper. And then this is plain, just plain black cardstock to maybe glue in whatever, you know, little cards, little notes, whatever they want to do with this. It's nice to have some blank pages for them to do whatever they want. Also, these obviously can be opened, so more of these kinds of things can be added. All you have to do is cut 8x8 sheets of paper and punch a couple little holes that match with that and, you know, add them in. That's why we've got these in here so that things can be added. And then this in the back is a belly band and for extra cards and things like that. And then this is my little handmade tag showing that, you know, I am the maker of this book by Carla, the Happy Bookmaker, and that's me. So that is that. So that is how this book turned out. I think she's really cute. I love it. So one of the things, like using these kinds of book rings, is that they have this like fat end, right? And so like on these other ones, my hole is actually 1/4 inch. And so these go through here. But, you know, they don't have to go through there. So I decided, because I was like, oh, you know, this isn't going to go through if I don't use a 1/4 inch punch, which I did on these, which was very difficult because I didn't have a crocodile, and crocodile doesn't even have a 1/4 inch. They only have 3/16. So, so this it was tricky, not through the papers, but through this, because this was quite heavy. And honestly, I don't even remember how I did it. I must have blocked it out because it was so painful. But anyway, so I decided to go ahead and use the 3/16 hole punch for this book, because as I was thinking about it, I thought, well, why does that have to go through? It doesn't have to go through. The only thing that has to happen is that this has to be in the front so that you can open it up, right? So, you know, so I learned something new. And this made it so easy to do my 3/16 holes. Plus, I was able to go through several sheets at a time for the inside pages. So that's what I did for this one. So let me show you kind of how I did this. So we're gonna pretend This is our album, okay? And then these are our little sheets on the inside, just like that. So what I did basically was measure about where I wanted to have, well, exactly where I wanted to have them. So I'm not gonna measure on this one, but I measured in 1/2 inch, okay? And then like I went down, since it was a little over 8 inches, barely, just a hair, I went in 2 inches from the top and 2 inches from the bottom. Now, this dimension can be whatever you want it to be, but I wanted to preserve a lot of the page space, but still maintain the integrity, you know, of the attachment here, because you don't want it to be too thin that it's flimsy. So once I did that, then I came in and did, and I only did this on one to start, did my 3/16 hole, and it's like butter. Okay, so then for the back cover, because obviously they're going to be the same, I just went like this, held it together, and because now I have a template, right? So then I just made my little circle, and then I cut that, or punched, I should say. Okay, so now that I have a template, now I can take my sheets. I only need one of these, and I'm gonna line them up. Now you wanna line them up in a way that you make sure that, because the cover is a hair bigger, just like minuscule. So you wanna make sure that this is like sort of centered in that. Do you see how, just a teeny tiny little bit around the edge there. But you wanna, you know, punch it down like this, and then carefully turn it over, and you're going to make a circle here, okay? Now you could like paper clip these together or something. I'm just gonna now hold them together. But this is where now I could take a whole bunch of these. Like, you know, I only have like a couple here, but I could take a whole stack, as many as would fit, and then punch my holes. See, I have 2 here, but I could do a lot of them. So now we've got our front cover, our inside pages, and our back cover. And look at that, they all line up. Super easy. So that was, you know, instead of trying to go back and do 1/4 inch size punches, which I don't know why they don't do that on here. I think they should have a 1/4 inch size. I don't know, that's just me. But because that's what a standard hole punch is 1/4, but that's okay. It worked out just fine. It turned out beautiful. So I just wanted to let you know that the next video that I do is going to be on April 7th, and that is my 1-year anniversary of starting this YouTube channel. I actually had done a little kind of introduction video, I think on the 4th, which gosh, I think that is a year ago today, actually. I think it's the 4th. So, but I figured the real start of the channel was my very first video, which was that embellishing and sort of aging digital ephemera and that sort of thing. So I'll be doing a video on that day, which I believe is this coming Sunday. In that video, I'll be doing I'll be making a special announcement, and we're going to be starting a new project. What that project is, I haven't decided yet. It's either going to be a brand new book that I've been planning on. I've been kind of gathering up some things, or we're going to be creating some ephemera for that book before we actually make the book, or we're going to be not constructing, but we're going to be remaking this junk journal. So if you recall, this is the journal that we made from just taking a whole bunch of food boxes and not even really separating them, but just making them like all the same size and then gluing them together. So that's what this was. Well, as I told you in a previous video, I realized later that one of the signatures I had in upside down. And I was like, well, I could take it out and put it back in. But then I realized that I kind of needed a little writing journal for myself. And why don't I just do these, take them out and put them in a brand new journal, junk journal. And then this can be my writing journal where I do my journaling for The Artist's Way, which is a book that is designed to, I guess, inspire and help you get in tune with your artistic self. So I was going to start that before my vacation, and I ended up not doing it. And at this point, my plan is to start it next Monday, kind of like a diet. You know, we start on a Monday. But so what I did after removing all of these pages, I went ahead and just filled this full of my own dyed papers, some just regular lined papers, just all kinds of fun papers that will be easy for me to journal on. I have exactly the amount of pages that I'm supposed to have for this, The Artist's Way. I'm supposed to do 3 pages every day. You know, they may mean bigger pages, but for me, it's like, this is big enough. It'll be hard enough for me, I think, to fill up 3 pages, but so that's what this is going to be for. So I'm glad that I have this because it'll be more fun and inspiring for me to write in. And I've got my little pencil, or actually this one, which actually matches it. So I'm excited to start that. And then, like I said, these will go into a brand new book. This is one of them that I made during the mass making junk journal video. So, and I made this specifically for these papers because I knew that I was going to do this. So all that needs to happen with this is that it needs to be covered with a pretty fabric, and you know, kind of that detail needs to be added. But these were just a beautiful collection of signature pages, a lot of antique or vintage pages, a lot of vintage items in here. So I really wanted to use this and you know, use them in a really nice book. So this is probably something that will end up in my Etsy shop at some point. And I have a fabric picked out for it, but I'm gonna make you wait and see what that is. And then if I don't do that next time, I'm going to take one of these other books that we created in that video, and I have a whole new idea for that, and that's where we also need to be making some ephemera and actually some pages to go in here. So that is the plan for the next video. It's going to be one of those 3 things. So I'm excited for it. It'll be really fun. It'll be a fun start to my 2nd year. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. As always, I appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.